Alrighty, folks, it is time that we talk about existing home sales. They actually came out 1 minute ago, so I'm going to read the stats and react in real time, as obviously no articles have yet to be written. So let's just lay it out where we thought we were going to be. So again, existing home sales last month were down 0.5%. They were down 0.4%. They were expected to fall again. Remember, as we talked about earlier in the week, I expected existing home sales to actually have a good number. Why? Well, rates matter. As we have talked about, as we have called out, as we have highlighted many, many times, when rates are low and near 6%, as they were 30 some days ago, sales pick up. This is a known fact at this point. Marginal demand is unlocked close to 6%. And I think we'll get wild below 6%. And again, you have to remember how the mortgage industry works. A lot of people who closed locked in rates substantially below where we are today. So that was what we called. That's what we talked about. What actually happened? So again, the forecast was up slightly. Actually, it looks like here it actually came in at 3.96, above the 3.84 from last month. So again, existing home sales were up 3.4%. That said, months of inventory has also increased. It is now at 4.2%. Folks, buyer's market. Median home price, for all of you expecting a crash, was actually up 4% to $407,200. So again, folks, evidence that rates matter. I will dig into this more. Usually they break down the numbers by region and type and all of that. I will certainly dig into that. But again, the numbers just came out. I'm reading them right off of X. Financial Juice, Walter, Bloomberg. So just getting lots of different data sources, checking them out. So again, existing home sales higher than expected, but not by us because rates matter. All right, what happened next? Let's talk about the weekly unemployment claims. Again, something that you and I have talked about. It's kind of the one metric that I would follow as a stay-at-home participant on learning economics. And weekly unemployment claims were down 6,000. Now getting towards the cycle low. I think the cycle low, if memory serves, was 198 or 199,000 a few months ago. It is now 213. Remember, again, about 4, maybe 6, 8 weeks ago, we got a little nervous when we had one weekly unemployment claim spike to, I think it was 250. It did not, there was no trend there. It was a data outlier. We've actually seen weekly unemployment claims fall for several weeks in a row. So no mass deterioration just yet in the weekly unemployment claims. The other economic survey we got this morning was from the Philadelphia Manufacturing Survey. Remember, I think it was a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, we got one from the New York area that actually surprised to the upside. Well, this Philadelphia one actually surprised to the downside. So we're getting kind of a mixed message on manufacturing. Philadelphia Manufacturing Survey last was 8.2, which is on the growth side. It was expected to increase to 10.3. Again, on this survey, negative numbers are bad, positive numbers are good. Well, it looks like it came in at negative 5.5. So there was contraction on the Philadelphia Manufacturing Survey. So there you go. Well, it looks like Target executives are out trying to explain their horrific numbers. Lots of commentators on X and the like were talking about Target going woke or going broke based on some decisions they've had. Looks like the Target executives are actually blaming the port strike of all things. Remember that? It lasted like, I don't know, what did it last? Like 5 days, 6 days, something like that, maybe a week. But you know what? Folks like Target didn't know that going in, so they had to take corrective action. So what did Target do? It looks like Target brought in an extra $1.2 billion of goods. Obviously, that $1.2 billion in goods increased costs of freight. Also, it looks like they paid to have some freight accelerated. So obviously that would increase rates as well. So they are blaming the huge miss on higher freight costs and carrying more inventory, which now, of course, they've had to discount because they mismanaged supply and demand. I don't know about you. It's probably a collection of lots of things. That was a horrific miss. And their forecast was, what's worse than horrific? Something like horrific cubed, something like that. So that's what the Target executives are saying. I want to highlight Michelle Bowman. Michelle Bowman is frankly, in my opinion, a rock star among the Fed presidents. She is not afraid to stand on an island all by herself, which I respect. She does not wilt or bow to pressure. We know this because she was the only Fed president to dissent on the 50 basis point cut. At the time, she was the only Fed president that wanted to say the neutral rate had a 4 handle, not a 3. So again, I respect folks that don't bend. Can you imagine the amount of pressure she must have been feeling in that meeting with all the other Fed presidents? Oh, by the way, we haven't had a dissenter on a rate cut in like, I don't know, a decade. What are you doing, Michelle? I mean, can you just imagine what was said? Well, she is out in the news yesterday. She was speaking in the afternoon, and she's saying she is urging caution approach to further rate cuts. Folks, I think the Fed is clearly sending a signal that A, December rate cut is not guaranteed. B, the 4 rate cuts expected in 2025 are not likely. And any speed on rate cuts is to be significantly slower. And again, that makes sense. A lot of Fed presidents, I think I have another one here, I've got 2 more. Susan Collins. The Fed could eventually need to slow down the pace of rate cuts. It is too soon to talk about December. Fed President Lisa Cook. We need to watch the labor market. If it weakens substantially, it may be appropriate to ease policy more quickly. So again, it does look like they are balancing their dual mandate. Michelle Bowman is basically saying the progress on inflation has slowed. Fed President Lisa Cook is saying, watch the labor market. And there's generally an expectation that there's going to be a lot less rate cuts. So again, I would like to say that the bond market was right. Remember how the bond market, or at least rates, went up, price went down after the first rate cut. We're about a point higher. We are going higher for longer. I do want to talk about our school community. We actually had zero new members in the school community yesterday. Makes me sad. I know we are doing lots of good things there. Join, get around 350 other amazing folks, 67 cents a day. If you are in school, don't forget, you have the chance to interact with CEO of Hemlane, Dana Dunford, today at 8:30. It should be on the schedule. It was supposed to happen last week, but I had a family thing come up, so it'll be done this week. Also, Monday, if you ever wanted to ask me a question in a smaller room, interact with me, I will be going live 8 a.m. in the school community. I actually need to book that, so let me take an action item. Book 8 a.m. Monday. Sorry about this. I just don't want to forget. Action item. I don't know if you're following crypto, aka Bitcoin. Bitcoin raced to over 98,000 overnight. So it looks like the 85% of you that thought we would hit 100K before the end of the year are going to be right. There's actually plenty of people just saying we're going to get there in the next 48 hours. No idea. It is certainly fun to watch. I will highlight, however, that some crypto bulls like Mike Novogratz. Isn't Mike Novogratz the guy that got the tattoo of some coin or something? I think he is. I don't know which one it was, though. But anyways, Mike Novogratz saying, warns, Bitcoin correction is coming. Says the crypto is levered to the gills. I don't know. I don't know why there is so much leverage in Bitcoin and other coins. I understand leverage works great on the upside, but man, something that trades 24/7 that could get wonky and illiquid in odd hours. We have seen time and time again people get taken out by leverage. I just don't get it. I don't understand why it's levered to the gills. Own what you can own so you can't be washed out. And that's frankly truth for stocks and the like as well. Also, last thing, Mike Novogratz is saying that the U.S. adopting a strategic Bitcoin reserve would be a smart move. Again, talking his book, no doubt. But I will highlight that more and more folks are doing that. And interesting. Oh, Bitcoin Man. How you doing, Bitcoin Man? I wish I knew your first name. I'd call you by your first name. Looks like long live Bitcoin, 250K next year. And MSTR to 1200. I actually don't know what that is. It's the stocks. And I'm going to guess that's, why am I drawing a blank on that company? Anyways, it doesn't matter. So let's talk about Lennar. Remember, one of the things that we have been talking about for the last year or so is higher cost of capital is going to hurt all of the builders in the middle. It is going to substantially hurt them, and also it will cause consolidation. Yes, in MicroStrategies. Thank you, Chester. That was I drew a blank this morning. I need more coffee. How do you like my coffee cup? I like it. Do the work. So back to Lennar. Looks like they have made a significant acquisition. They have bought Rausch Coleman Homes. Rausch Coleman Homes is active in 7 states, most of the Midwest, in Texas. And, they're not a small builder. They were looking to produce 5,000 homes. So again, pretty interesting. Is the mug for sale? Yeah, you can get these. There's 2 types. You can get this on my website, One Rental at a Time. I obviously have a whole collection of them, but yes, you can get them on One Rental at a Time. All right, what else do we got? We did get some earnings yesterday. We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about all the tech earnings yesterday. NVIDIA beat top line, beat bottom line, and raised guidance. I do think it's interesting. The age of AI is in full steam, propelling a global shift in computing. Folks, I don't know if you've actually looked at NVIDIA's revenue chart, but it is bonkers. It is crazy. I think they did something like $34 or $38 billion in a quarter. That's like $1 billion a day. Wild. Then we got Snowflake. Snowflake also beat top line, beat bottom line, and raised guidance. Not to be outdone, Palo Alto Networks beat top line, beat bottom line, and raised guidance. So again, lots and lots of stuff going on today. What else do we got? We also had Williams-Sonoma kind of bring in the discretionary side of the house. Williams-Sonoma also beat top line, beat bottom line, and raised guidance. The CEO is highlighting that the holiday season has already started. So I want to ask all of you a question. I want to ask this question because I am hopeful that all of you will leave responses in the comments, and we will just get this comment section rocking and rolling. I want to know, have you bought at least one Christmas present already? Right? We are recording this before Thanksgiving. So has anybody already bought at least one Christmas present? That's question number 1. And question number 2, as a bonus, are any of you completely done Christmas shopping? Let me know in the comments below. I'm just generally curious. As somebody who used to work in retail for over a decade in high school and college, I do not shop until December 24th. So I have not even thought about starting, but I'm curious if any of you are out there being a planner and the like. We did have our accountability group yesterday. I believe it was number 21, led by Frank, Old Guy REI, talking about all things real estate, whatever the audience brings. Talked about converting a single family home to a multi. Talked about recycling capital to the Midwest, and even talked about some additional resources, lending, HELOCs, and the like. Again, folks, this is a real deal. The ORAT community in school already has 3 outstanding contributors, Max, Frank, and Jared, with accountability calls. It does feel like the ladies of ORAT will be starting their own weekly conference call or weekly Zoom call. Again, that's a little poke prod for the ladies. I saw some of the comments you guys are talking about it. Let's do it. Let's get a weekly ladies of ORAT accountability group. That would be amazing. I want to have 7 days of accountability group calls. So again, you can join the one that fits your schedule. You can get around other amazing individuals. You can ask questions. You can get experience. Also, remember when you join, we have lots of goodies available at level 2 and level 3. So I look forward to that. Note that if you are coming to our event in Vegas, February 14th or February 15th and 16th, I will be doing something special for school members. I haven't decided what to do, but I will be doing something. So if you are there and a school member, you can look forward to getting some extra recognition, things of that nature. So feel free to join that. At the end of the day, folks, lots of stuff going on. Again, we're going to be silent for about 48 hours. I don't do lives Friday and Saturday. We will see what's going on. Again, remember, rates matter. We found that out again with existing home sales. Price is still up. I think, what was it, up 4.5% or something? I already forgot. Didn't write it down. It's a buyer's market, right? Months of supply is up over 4 months. It's a buyer's market. We've now talked to multiple people that demand picked up post-election, but not supply. There are homes sitting on the market, or properties, it could be multifamily, that are not perfect. That's the only stuff moving today. Perfect properties. So do the work, get a buy box, figure out what a motivated seller, what a price is, disrespectful, know your numbers, join the community, and cheers. Have an amazing day, folks. We will talk to you Sunday morning. If you are in school and you have the opportunity at 8:30, you're going to get the one and only and great Dana Dunford, CEO of Hemlane. We can talk about being a tech executive. We can talk about starting a company. Dana is a wealth of information, a wealth of experience. And I look forward to that conversation. Later.